All right, guys, so after 36 hours of travel, I'm back in Austin, and I have some really exciting news this week. I got in pretty early. As you could tell, the office is basically empty because I wanted to get in here early and really catch up on everything that's been going on while I've been out of town. One of the coolest things that happened is that our 10K challenge, that I'll link below this to the original videos when we announced it, it ended. And what that means is we have a winner. So what's really crazy is the top 3 places of this challenge in the past 4 months have done well over $300,000 in sales. So really crazy. And what's even crazier is all of the winners actually agreed to get on video with us and really do a bunch of interviews to talk about really like what they did to get where they are. And to give you an idea, the top store did actually over $250,000 on their own. And I think second and third place are like 60,000, 50,000, something like that. You can see it all on our leaderboard. So I'll link to that below this video as well. And again, these are all basically brand new stores. They were started in the past 4 months. That was one of the requirements. And yeah, they're all doing really well. So Adam, our community manager, will be interviewing everyone over these next couple of weeks. So look forward to some really good content coming on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/dropshiplifestyle. Make sure you subscribe there if you haven't yet. With that being said, guys, we have a bunch of great questions in our Facebook group. So I'm going to switch screens. I'm going to get into this week's Dropship Weekly, answer your questions, share some awesome success stories. So let's do it. All right, so I'm going to start this week off with something that I'm super proud of that we finally were able to pull off and put together for you guys. It is an extended trial and a 10% off coupon code for Shopify. And actually, I said that wrong. It's not a coupon code. It's just an offer. So if you're already using Shopify, you're going to build a new store, or you haven't launched your store yet and you're about to, this gives you, again, an extended trial plus that 10% off. All you have to do is go to shopify.com/dropshiplifestyle to claim that offer. And that's it. It's that simple. The link's there, and I'll post it below this as well. Again, this is for new stores. So if you already have a store, it's not going to apply. You can use this for your next one. So that's just something that we could thank my community manager, Adam, for. He's working hard for this. So thank you, Adam, and definitely a good deal for all of us. Next up, I want to call attention to Mike in our private Facebook group, who is selling one of his sites. He said right now it's making $1,270 a month, fully automated. It's got popular products and suppliers. He wants people to message him for details. So this post is once again, in our private Facebook group. So if you're a member there, you're buying sites, you're interested, you like something like this, you think it might be in your price range, definitely look for this post and send Mike a message. I'm sure it's going to sell quick. Most of the sites in our groups do. Next, I wanted to, kind of transition into this because I think it's perfect. This post was made by Long, and he said, "Is there a recommended procedure for buying another member's store?" And then you see Alex commented, "I would definitely recommend having them sign a non-compete and an NDA." So let me first explain what Alex means by that. A non-compete is something that's typically included when you sell a business, and it's a contract saying, as the person selling this site to you, I will not compete with you directly or indirectly for X amount of time. They're typically 2 years. That's the average non-compete you'll see. If it's a huge business sale, then sometimes they go longer, 3, 4, 5 years, but that's probably the max you'll ever see. So that's what a non-compete is, and the reason they do that, obviously, is so the person doesn't sell you the site and then go ahead and just launch a competing one with their connections, with their product knowledge right away. An NDA is a non-disclosure agreement, meaning that the person that sells the site isn't going to go, for example, on a podcast the next day and say, yeah, I just sold mysite.com to Long and it was making X amount of dollars, and here's how I did it, and here are my suppliers, and here's what I sold it for, because again, that's taking away from the value of the business. So 2 great tips from Alex. I would recommend that as well, definitely. And the other thing I would say, since these sites, they're being sold by students of Dropship Lifestyle, so I do trust that they're doing things the right way. They've went through a training, they're doing it, they're building the right type of store, I'll say that. But since we're not vetting them, we're not in there, researching their numbers, you're definitely going to want to do that as well. So obviously you're going to want access to their Shopify store before you buy it. You're going to want to look through the orders. You're going to want to make sure that the sales are what they say they are. So that's, I think, pretty standard. But in addition to what Alex said, definitely a non-compete, definitely an NDA. Then also, of course, check the numbers to make sure everything checks out. But that's about it. It's relatively, a straightforward process, especially because of the price point that we're selling the sites for, or that our students are selling their sites for, I should say. It's pretty straightforward, and they're easy to vet. All right, let me switch it up here. And I wanted to go into a few things that were shared this week. Now, as always, some of these are going to be success stories, but some of them are also just comments that I think could benefit people. So this one is a question from Mel, and she said, here's a funny thing. She has one of her suppliers who doesn't dropship, says he doesn't dropship because he can't find a suitable shipping company. So he asked Mel to find out from his competitor which shipping company they use, and said that if Mel does that, then, they'll dropship for them. So she has this information. She's asking if she should negotiate a deal, maybe a discount or special terms in exchange for revealing this info. So first of all, no, it doesn't breach some kind of confidentiality act. I mean, I'm sure this guy, if he wanted to, can call them and just say, hi, I'm interested in one of your products. Who do you ship with? It's not like some like secret information or intellectual property. It's literally who they ship with. So what I basically, a couple things could be happening here. And I'm really shocked that he hasn't just called them and asked who they ship with. I'm guessing that this company isn't drop shipping because maybe they just have so much retail business. It's not something they're interested in or ever have even put the time into pursuing. So all I would simply do is just let them know, oh yeah, it's this company, whatever company it is, which again, it's not some kind of secret information. It's just a shipping company. And then I would just work out, the deal with him as far as pricing goes. You can ask if he doesn't have a dropship policy, you can kind of set your own terms, but I wouldn't again, if he really wants the information, you don't have anything special to hold on him. He could just call them and say, hey, who do you guys ship with? So I would go ahead, I'd give him that information. I would negotiate the terms. I would start selling for him, and hopefully, you can get a lot of their business. Because again, a few things could be going on, but to me, it sounds like they're mostly into retail and they've just never took the time to pursue internet retailers. But that could be a win for you. So definitely just give them the information and set up an account with them, and then take things on a step-by-step basis from there. Next, we have this post from Brent, and this is like both a success story, but such a good message that I really want everyone to take in here. Now, you see here, he just got an order for 7 items totaling $3,506.85. But he said, this is an example of finding people who call but don't leave a message. Never miss out on a lead. So he has a number and someone called, and he says, on the voicemail, if I didn't answer the call, you can leave a voicemail. I'll call you back. Now, this person didn't leave a voicemail, but he checks his call logs, meaning he just checks missed calls, right? Then he called this person back. It was a big company. He said that it looks like there might be repeat business in the future, but he talked about a whole bunch of stuff, and then boom, 2 hours later, got this huge order. And again, all he did was look at his call logs, see who he missed a call from, and call them back. Now, guys, stuff like this, I like not only with my own stores, but with everyone I talk to, with my employees, with everyone. It's so important. Just because someone calls and doesn't leave a voicemail, and don't think that means they don't want to buy. This is just one example, and this stuff happens every day, of a $3,500 sale. If this happens a few times a month, it could literally mean extra, tens of thousands of dollars in your business. And it's very common. It happens all the time. A lot of people don't leave voicemails. Of course, ideally, you're going to answer the phone right away every time, or your VA will, or the company you outsource phone support will. But if you don't, you have to follow through with every lead. There's literally, especially because we do high ticket stuff, guys, this is why it's so important. We do high ticket sales. There's always a lot of money on the table. Do what Brent did, make the call, get the money, close the deal. Congratulations, Brent. And thank you for sharing this. It's an amazing message for all of our students. And it's a great reminder that literally just going the extra mile can make or break your business. It can take you to a whole new level just by doing things like this. So great work, Brent. Next, I wanted to share this, and this is from Jose, who's been doing amazing with the store. But I like this. He said he did a Super Bowl promotion, and he obviously did pretty well, right? Only 3 orders, but hey, 3 orders for $5,582.40 in one day for a Super Bowl promotion. And this is what's awesome. He extended it until, this is he posted the next day. So he did basically a 48-hour Super Bowl sale and did an extra $28,000 in sales. Okay. So again, Jose, thank you for sharing this. Congratulations on that. And really just awesome work being creative and thinking outside of the box, right? It's funny, this morning we were planning our President's Day sales because that's coming up later this month for everyone selling in the States. It's a good reason to have promotions for President's Day. I didn't do a Super Bowl sale, and now it looks like I should have because it obviously worked for Jose. So guys, learn from this. Get creative. If there's something going on that maybe fits with your niche, and even if it doesn't, get creative with it. It could definitely pay off. Next here, guys, I want to answer this question that came in from Joel. And he said, when looking for suppliers, do you think using websites like Worldwide Brands would be a good idea? I've mentioned this a lot. It's covered in detail in the course in Dropship Lifestyle, but just know that it's not. I've signed up with that company. I've signed up with all their competitors simply to do research. And what I've learned, and this is coming. Let me say this. This is coming from someone who actually owns a supplier directory website. I have one called DS Moz. They cannot be. They'll never, no supplier directory will ever be as good as you getting on Google, doing the niche research, following what I share with you in module 2. And again, I own a supplier directory website, and I'm telling you this. All these websites that you'll find that charge you fees, they basically have like 90% middlemen suppliers who you're not going to make money with. There's no profit. They're small-time suppliers. The real suppliers, the ones you want to work with, the ones you're going to make money with, are the ones you're going to find by reverse engineering your competition. Again, that's what I teach in module 2 of the Dropship Blueprint. I'll link to that below this video, but that's the only way to do this right. So don't give them the money. It's just not worth it. I wish it was, I wish it was that easy. But again, I've signed up for all of them. I've paid all of them, and I've found kind of what I assumed before I went into it, which is it's not worth the time. Next here, I wanted to share this because I've never even heard of this before, so I thought it was interesting. Candace said, "Hey everyone, I need some help filling out these dealer application forms. A couple of the forms a dealer sent me have sections for tangible personal property descriptions. Should I leave that blank?" So I think the reason they're asking that is because they're planning on giving you credit, so like a line of credit, and they want to know what you have in case you don't pay it. I would not fill it out, no way, and I would go for prepay terms. As always, we like to pay for all of our orders with credit cards, not only for the miles, but because it's security and you don't have to deal with stuff like this, right? So I would not fill that out, no, and I would tell them I want to get a credit card authorization form so I could fill that out and they could have my card on file. And then for the administration fee, that's not normal. No, it's not. I don't know who this company is. If they're a legitimate manufacturer, if they're legitimate, I can't speak today, sorry guys, if they're a legitimate supplier, then it could be worth it. Again, it's not common at all, but if they're a huge brand, if they're a gold supplier, then I'm sure it's worth it. But if it's like someone that you're not really sure if their products sell, if they seem like they might be a middleman, then no, definitely don't pay it. All right. Next, guys, I really like this post from Nina coming from Australia. She said she got her 5th order this month, did $5,800 in sales, and to be honest, she doesn't know what she's doing right. She stopped her PLAs. She only has searched ads. Her social media is still basic. She doesn't rank organically in Google yet. Half her products are out of stock. People, if against all odds, this still works. I can't imagine when I have more time to dedicate to this business and leave my full-time job. Don't give up. Persevere. It's so true. Like, Nina's making this work while not even trying. So just congratulations on that. And yeah, once you actually can dedicate more time and really try to build this out, can't even imagine how much sales you'll be doing. So definitely come back, let us know as you eventually transition from your full-time job into e-commerce full-time. Really excited for you because it doesn't sound like you are off to a great start. Guys, I want to handle another question right now, and this one came in from Trevor. He's asking about damaged or defective merchandise, and he said, what are your best tips for dealing with something when it's damaged or defective so that your customers are satisfied and don't file a chargeback? Now, these are two different things, okay? If something's defective, then there's no question, right? If you order something and it comes in and it's broken or it's not working as it should, then they get a new item, right? It's that simple. And I don't think any supplier is going to disagree with that. It should be very clear that if something's shipped and it's defective, it's not working, then it gets replaced. Now, with that being said, with damage, it's different with different suppliers. So here's how it typically works. If something is damaged, then the process could either be your supplier ships one out right away. Like, okay, so I order, a microphone, it shows up and it's not defective, but the package is all smashed and it's broken. Now, typically they'll just ship a new one, right? The supplier will file their insurance claim, ship a new one out next day. Now, if it arrives and it's damaged and the supplier has a policy where the insurance claim has to be processed first, that's usually when customers will get upset, right? If something's damaged, people understand, it happens, get me a new one, I'm fine. But if it's damaged and then you tell them like, hey, we have to file an insurance claim, once that's processed, you'll get your next one, that doesn't usually work out too well. So for our suppliers that work like that, we usually will cover the cost to ship them one while the insurance money is coming back in. Luckily, this is, like a fraction of our total business when this happens. So typically it's just that if it's damaged, the claim gets filed, and while that's happening, your supplier ships a replacement. The main thing though, and this is not just with damage or defective merchandise, but with all customer service as a whole, the main thing is just to let your customers know what's going on, have clear policies on your website, and just stay in communication. And that literally alleviates like 95% of what you're going to deal with as far as customer service issues. It's just about talking to your customers and keeping them in the loop. Then more often than not, they're fine. Next, guys, let me hop in here. I want to share this post from VC. Landed from a red-eye flight, was searching for an airport, Starbucks, turned on the phone, and got a notification. Boom, congrats on the first offer. So pretty cool. And they said thank you to all the coaches. And yeah, our coaches are awesome, guys. For anyone stuck, for anyone trying to get over any bumps or hurdles, definitely book a coaching call. That's why we have this amazing coaching team. So congratulations on the sale. And again, thank you to all the coaches for helping to push it forward. Next, guys, I got to celebrate this with James. He said, today is a great day. Just got approved with the top gold supplier in my niche. Said his site looks excellent. That's amazing. And he actually saw with Lucky Orange, I love this, the supplier looking around the site for 30 minutes. So really cool. He's got an account manager now, and he's saying this supplier is literally the Rolls Royce of the suppliers in his niche. 25 to 35% margins on products that cost $800 net. This is awesome. So just congratulations. Again, persistence pays. And congratulations, James. I'm sure this is going to work out really well because it sounds like the perfect supplier for your niche. And with that being said, guys, we'll go ahead and wrap up this episode of Dropship Weekly. For anyone who's not part of Dropship Lifestyle yet, if you're not a student of the course, click the button on the screen or click the link to the mini course below this video. Perfect place for you to get started, see if this is for you, and determine whether or not you want to be part of our coaching program. So with that being said, guys, if you got value out of this episode, please do give it a like, a share, a thumbs up. We post it all over the place, so whatever you could do to show that you're getting value, please do it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you liked. Let me know what you want to learn more of, because again, that's how I'm able to keep creating these episodes and keep Dropship Weekly going. So thank you guys for the support, and I'll see you all next week for Dropship Weekly. Thank you.